Crabman from Crabman Gaming here, and today it is my PlayStation 4 collection revisited. 243 games, 65 games more than last time when I recorded this video back in April. Just as I begin, I would love a like on the video. If you comment, I will definitely comment back. And if you subscribe, I will be very, very grateful. I'm on the big push to 1,000 subscribers and your help will be much appreciated. Okay, I've worked out I want to get this video under an hour, so that's about 15 seconds per game. Here's my PS4 controller, so let's start. First game I've got on my list is 8 to Glory. It's a new game from last time. Basically, it's bull riding. You got 8 seconds to stay on the bull. Pretty awesome. I've played the whole story mode of this. Pretty average game, but strangely fun in a really weird way. Next game is 1111 Memories Retold. It tells the story of the First World War through a Canadian photographer voiced by Elijah Wood, and then a German called Fritz as well. I forget who voices him. Goes for about 4 hours. Excellent game. Pick this up if you don't have it. You get over the graphics after about 5 minutes. Buy it. It is amazing. Next game, as I am Australian, is AFL Evolution on the PS4. I've only played this a little bit. AFL Live on the PS3 is the best game. This has a proper disc, but it's just a printed out case, but it was only $10, so I picked it up for that. So weird black and white case. Next game is Agents of Mayhem. Haven't played it, bit of a Fortnite ripoff. It was $4, so I picked it up. Next video is a new, or next game is a new game that I've got since last time, Air Conflicts Double Pack. I believe it's a fighting, well, kind of plane shooting game. I haven't played it yet. Very low scores on Metacritic, so probably won't get around to that one too much. One of the early games from the system, one of the launch games, Angry Birds Star Wars. This is really the exact same game as was on Android. And I think a lot of people found issues with this game costing $50. I bought it in a bundle, so it didn't really bother me. And I had pretty good fun playing it as well. So if you can find it for cheap, play it. Or maybe just play it on your phone. It's up to you. Another game I've had for a while, haven't actually played, Arcania, The Complete Tale. Pretty average role-playing game from the reviews I've looked up. So when I've got such a backlog to get through, haven't played it, but I own it. So there we go. Another game I want to play on the PSVR. I don't play as much PSVR as I always want to, but Arizona Sunshine. Hey, look, it was $20, so I picked it up. I definitely need to play this soon. I am actually going to try and play some VR later tonight, so maybe I'll put this in and give this a go. One of the newest games from Recent Game Pickups. I don't know which video is coming out first, this or Recent Game Pickups 5. But I got Ark Survival Evolved. I kind of like these survival-based games, so I'm looking forward to playing this. I only got this game about a week ago, so hopefully I can find some time to get this in the system and play it. Alright, we're on to Ashes Cricket on the PS4. Probably my least favourite out of Don Bradman and Cricket 19. It was okay. I've actually played through every cricket game that I own on my channel. So if you look on my channel, go to the playlist. You've got Ashes Cricket. You've got Super International Cricket all the way up to Cricket 19. Plus, if you like the International Cricket Captain series, I've played through lots of that on my channel as well. So please feel free to check that out. I can't believe we're still in the A's. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. This is actually sealed because I had this on PS3 and then I bought the upgrade when the PS4 came out for about $20. So when I bought this in a bundle, I didn't really need to open it. So I have this digitally, but still a pretty fun game for one of the launch titles for the PS4. Assassin's Creed Chronicles. I picked this up in one of their big mid-year sales. It was just $2. You play 3 stories through China, India, and Russia. On to one of my favourite VR games, which is Astro Bot Rescue Mission. This game is amazing. If you have a VR, this is one of the games you absolutely must have. Really, really good fun. I haven't quite got to the end, but I'm trying to plan on finishing. I've got about a third of the game to go. Awesomenauts Assemble is a team game. It's meant to be a bit of a couch co-op. I played it a little bit, but not a lot, to be fair. I gave it a quick go. One I've been meaning to play for a while is Battle Chasers Nightwar. It's a turn-based RPG. I've heard it's a little bit on the slow side though, and it's not really long, but it's about 30 hours long. When you have a big backlog, you've got to really want to play some of these JRPGs or RPGs. It is one of my favorite genres, but they are huge time sinks. At least we're on to B. Batman the Telltale series. This is one of the few Telltale games I haven't actually played. You'll see them come up later in the video, but Borderlands, Walking Dead, etc. I have played a lot of them. This one I haven't. I'm not really sure why. I think reviews were a little bit lower, but I do like the episodic games. There's a few I've been looking at. Life is Strange, I know made by different people, but I like that. Battleborn, which bombed quite hard from memory. I think this was just $1 or a couple of dollars, so I tend to pick up games if they are under $5 and I don't have them to add to the collection. Battlefield 4, I've had this for quite a while. Not really hugely into shooters like your Call of Duties, etc., but I will pick them up if they're a few dollars, because sometimes I like playing the single-player stories. Yes, there are a few of us weirdos out there that'll just play these games for a single-player story. You might be commenting, oh, Battlefield 4 didn't have a single-player story. I can't remember, I don't think I played it. So Battlefield Hardline, same sort of thing, just a few dollars, but always good to have in the collection. This next game, for some reason, I have two of, and I'll tell you why, because they were $4 each for starters. Also, this copy here, it doesn't have the title on the cover, so I don't really know what went on there, why this is just sitting on the shelf. It doesn't tell you what game it is, which is weird. Plus, I kept it sealed, so I don't know if that was a weird printing glitch or anything, but it pretty much looks almost exactly the same. But I don't really know what happened there at all. Why does this cover, you've got Elise Perry and Chris Litt on the cover, why doesn't it have the title of the game? Very strange indeed. Next is Blood and Truth. I've played this a little bit on the VR. I want to play this a little bit more. Maybe I will play this later tonight. But really cool game from what I've played so far. Kind of what the VR set up for. Bit of a little bit on rails. It's not on rails, but kind of gives you a path to go through. Shooter. Really cool. Acting is really good in it as well. Really impressed with that game. Now, I haven't played this, and I'm so sorry. I know it's one of the highest rated games on the PS4, but it is Bloodborne, kind of from the Souls series, you know, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, etc. Haven't played it. Do I want to? Yes. Will I find time to? Maybe. Another game in the collection here is Borderlands, and you get Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel in the Handsome collection. I've actually played Borderlands 2 a little bit on the PS3, and I've played Tales from the Borderlands as well, but I haven't played the pre-sequel. I also have Borderlands 2 on the PlayStation Vita, so if you'd like to see me talk about my Vita games, you can find that on the channel as well, generally on video game collection playlist that I do have. Whoops, hit the stand. Call of Duty, I might get both of these up here. Ghosts came out quite early in the PS4 lifestyle. Advanced Warfare came out a little bit later. So here are the covers for these. I must pick this up secondhand. Still got a sticker on the back. 2015, gee, it seems like such a long time ago. Now, as we're nearing onto the PS5 coming very shortly, Children of Morta. This has a very high Metacritic score from memory. It might not do, but it's still sealed. But it was $5, and again, I do want to play a little bit of an adventure game. There's a lot of games here I'm going to say, yeah, I'd love to get to this game, and that is the problem when you have 243 games. This game I love, though. I have played it. Amazing. So if you can find it, please buy it. It's only about 5 hours long. I played this last Christmas. It was just so much fun. The VR is really just tacked on, so you don't have to have a VR system to play it. It's really awesome. You just go around the city, making your own creations, drawing on the wall. It's just lots of fun. It's not a hard game either, so you can get through it in a couple of sittings. Recommended. Please find it, buy it, play it. Crabman recommendation. Next game is... Oh dear, gee, this is bad news, bad news, bad news. Some of the wrapping has come off here. This is from... gee, what's that site where they do Limited Run Games. So I have this digitally and I've beaten it. Really good fun. JRPG, 15 hours long. Cosmic Star Heroine. And I bought a limited run copy. Here it is, number 144. I want to really keep it sealed. I don't know what's happened up here. That's a little bit worrying. Can I keep it as nearly sealed? Not that I'm ever trying to resell my games, but I kind of wanted to keep that one sealed. All right, Crash, Bandicoot, N-Sane Trilogy. Crash 4's just come out. Have you played it? Let me know in the comments. If you have, I played this. Gee, the high road is hard. Yes, I'm one of those people who I don't do well at really hard games, but Crash 3 was my favorite because I did have that as a kid and I played that a lot. 1's pretty hard. Yeah, 2's good as well. But I played a little bit of 1 and 2 and I played a fair bit of 3. So, yeah, I tried to play this. Number 1, I just got very frustrated, I think, like a lot of people. I like my games to be enjoyable. The Crew, there's not much I can say about this, except for the fact that I haven't played it, and it's racing, and I think it has a big open world. I don't know if it's pretty empty, I don't know if there's lots, I don't know. It's not rated super highly, but I have it, so there you go. Now, my favourite cricket game on the PS4 is Cricket 19, which is incredible. You got Timmy Payne there on the cover, looking fantastic. This game is excellent. I played a little bit of this on my channel as well. So it's just really, really good fun. They actually haven't released a 20, so maybe there'll be a new cricket game on the PS5. But if you're looking for kind of the best cricket game going around you can play on a console, Cricket 19 is your place to go. Next is one of my favorite series of all, Danganronpa. I have 1 and 2 on the Vita. I couldn't actually find V3 on the Vita, so I bought it on the PS4, and it's just so much fun. Awesome twist in this game, that's all I'm going to say. But it's basically a killing game. So if you think Battle Royale, kind of Hunger Games-ish type of environment, but you have 16 students, and you have to try and kill someone and get away with it to escape the island. You're really trying to solve the murder and find who has been murdered so you all don't get murdered as well. So a bit grim and grisly, but so much fun. So recommendation, start with Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, then play Goodbye Despair. I believe that's the second one. And then this one is Killing Harmony. Next one, Dark Souls 3. Now, you probably wouldn't believe this, but I actually found this at an op shop for $1. So I haven't played it because I find these games quite difficult for me, but I did. I wonder if the receipt's in there. Oh, it's not. But yeah, I found this for just $1. So yeah, pretty cool game in the series. I've heard it's really good. I haven't played it. It's probably a bit hard for me. This is in recent game pickups coming up if it hasn't been released. This is Drone Champions League. It is a game about racing drones, which is really, really bizarre when you consider that this cover is awful and tells you nothing about the game. But I like really weird games, so I might give this a go and put it on the channel a little bit later, because, I mean, how interesting can a game about drones be? I can't find much about it at all. This game I love. I played this about a month ago. This is Dead Synchronicity, Tomorrow Comes Today. Kind of a game that's unfinished, in a sense. You feel like you're playing the first part of a series, but it's a good 3 to 4 hour adventure. An easy platinum too if you're into your platinums. Kind of like a point and click adventure. So I had a really good time playing it. I felt like I was going to play it on the channel, play through the whole thing and upload it. But I'm not sure how popular it was going to be. So I've thought about it, but excellent game. If you can find this, you probably can't find a physical copy very easily, but if you can find a digital copy, go for that. Generally think they're pretty cheap. We're still on the first stack, which is a bit of a worry. Death and Request, which is another RPG here. I do want to play. Am I going to get to it? I'm not sure. Not for resale, which is weird because I bought it for resale. Destiny, look, I'm going to be honest, not really into online shooters that much. Haven't played them, but picked these up for a couple of dollars. So I thought, gee, if ever I wanted to give them a go, they were there ready for me. Next one, amazing, amazing game is Detroit Become Human. Kind of like, what's the game I'm thinking of? Heavy Rain, which was incredible. I loved that game. This is just as good. Go through blind, don't read anything about it, just get your story, whatever happens, then you can go back and try and pick, I don't know, the right story or the story you want to play. But fantastic game. Next one is another excellent cricket game, Don Bradman Cricket. You probably just need Cricket 19 now, but when this came out, this was Cricket 14 first, and then this is kind of Cricket 17 on the PS4. So really, really great. A good upgrade from 14. They fixed a few of the issues. Really cool. I got this for $5, Devil May Cry. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what this game is. Is this the first one remastered? Is this a remake? Is this an original game? I'm not really sure. Maybe you can tell me down below. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. This game is always cheap. So whenever I see this game, it's always a few dollars and it's always cheap online. I don't know why. Bit of a stealth action type of game. So I just got to reach down and get a few more games, which is just going to be the problem as we go on. Nearing the end of the first stack. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. So it's kind of like the original Diablo with some extra content. As I stop shaking the camera. I played this for a while. This was really cool. Remember the debacle on PC when everyone bought it and no one could play it. Disgaea, another one of my favourite series. I've got 5 here on the PS4. I've got all the others floating around on the PS3 and Vita. But 5, I didn't like it as much as 3 and 4. 3 was my favourite. 4 was good. 5 was okay for me. Alright, we've got to keep going. Dishonored Definitive Edition. Bit of a rogue action game. Haven't played it. Dishonored 2. Haven't played that either. But here it is. Maybe you've played it. Tell me if you like it. Now, I really tried to get into this, which is Dissidia. Obviously, Final Fantasy was like $9, so I thought I'd pick it up and give it a go. And I just don't get it. I just didn't enjoy it. I love Final Fantasy, one of my favorite series, but just didn't get it. Just didn't enjoy it. Just weird. So, nope, I didn't like it. Next is The Division. Which is another kind of online shooter. I haven't played that, but I don't think it was much money. I'm going to kind of put these together, even though they're really different games. But we've got Doom. This is the, oh, look at that sadness. It's still sealed. I bought this one year just after Christmas in about 2016, and I've always meant to play it, and I haven't. But there it is. You've also got Doom Eternal now, which has just come out, and this is Doom Virtual F Reality. I'll let you figure out what the F stands for. I think it's meant to just be up to your imagination. But I have played this a while, so it is pretty cool. I got a bit confused though about what to do. So maybe I don't know if I was the only one. Next is Dragon Age Inquisition, which came out about 8 months after the launch of the PS4. I love this. I played this through. Probably put 80 hours into this game. Really, really enjoyed it. Really puzzled why there hasn't been another Dragon Age game, because I think they're fantastic. I think everyone who has a PS4 owns this game. Drive Club, I'm pretty sure this has been on PS Plus. Still lots of fun. I do like racing games as well. Dragon Quest XI, have been a big fan of the Dragon Quest series. I've just found Dragon Quest 4 on Marketplace the other day, so I've bought that and I'm playing through that. But this is Dragon Quest XI. I like they just keep their same formula. So there's a Simpsons meme going around with Lisa, which is like Final Fantasy, you know, changing it up, and then Bart's like, good old Dragon Quest, turn-based, you're always the same. I butchered that quote, but go and find it. It's cool. I haven't played... I've got all these other Dragon Quest games, which I keep meaning to play as well, but Dragon Quest Builders, it was a bit cheaper than that, but I still feel guilty for buying it and not playing it. So you got Dragon Quest Builders 2 is out now as well, which is kind of the same vein as Minecraft, so lots of people like that. And Dragon Quest 1 and 2, which wasn't $89, but I haven't played those either. So I've been meaning to play 1, been meaning to play 2, but you've got 243 games and you can't play them all at once. But here are some cool Dragon Quest games, and I do like the series, so it is nice to have those. Alright, Dying Light. I bought this in a bundle of somebody years ago and I haven't played it. Same thing for Dynasty Warriors. I remember I had a bunch of friends years ago that really liked this series. I've never really played it, but I found it. It wasn't too expensive, so I picked it up. Eagle Flight, this game I do really love. It's short. A lot of criticism when it came out was the fact it was a full-priced game and it's got about 3 hours of gameplay, but you put the headset on, you move your head around like an eagle. It is really good fun. So if you can find it, generally on the store, it's really cheap and you got a VR, definitely buy it. These next two I'm going to group together. So you got Elder Scrolls Online and Morrowind. I don't really like online games, but I did play this for a little bit, so especially the Morrowind adaptation. So I thought it was pretty cool because you could go to everywhere that you went to in Morrowind if you've played that game, but kind of with the Skyrim-esque graphics. So I did like that, even though I didn't play it for too long. So you probably know what's coming now. It is Skyrim and Skyrim VR. I probably owned Skyrim about 7 times. The special edition is great. I loved it. VR, I actually like playing it just with the controller. I actually don't like playing it with the wands. It just gets a bit confusing for me. But I do like playing it. It makes me feel a little bit sick, but it is pretty cool to see Skyrim in virtual reality as well. So really, I don't need to say anything about Skyrim because the games are absolutely amazing. Gee, we can just see a bit of sun poking through here. It's been cloudy all day and it's gone. All right, Valkyrie, a VR game I haven't played. Been meaning to play that, but did pick that up a while ago. Everybody's Golf. I love this series. I've actually played this a lot on the Vita, and I've played this PS4 version a little bit, which is okay. It's good. It's enjoyable. I just loved the Vita version a lot more, I think, because I could play it just before bed. This game is really good as well, although I haven't played it. It's The Evil Within, another kind of open world adventure action type game. Again, been meaning to try that out. Evolve, which bombed quite hard, I think is a free-to-play game now, so I haven't really played that either. This is one I picked up for cheap in the kind of end of financial year sales. Extinction. Just thought the cover looked cool. It was $4, so let's add it along. I don't know if anyone has these huge collections has actually played them all. A couple of Formula 1 games. A lot of old sports games were getting turfed out for $1 or $2, so I thought, why not? Sometimes they have cool story modes that you can go back and play. And I actually used to really love Formula 1 2002 on the PS2. So, oh dear, Fallout 76. Love the Fallout series. Absolutely love it. I got this for $9. I played it for about an hour. Did I get $9 of value out of it? Yeah, probably not, but I just wanted to see what it was all about. I didn't miss anything. You weren't missing anything. Fallout 4 though is awesome. I actually have the Pip-Boy for Fallout 4 and an orientation pack with like a bag and a shot glass and things. So I love Fallout 4. It's awesome. I know not as great as 3 or New Vegas, but you get the idea. Let's keep going with these games. Far Cry 4. I've heard it's awesome, but I haven't played it. This is one of my games I trekked halfway across Kuala Lumpur to get. I actually wasn't trying to get this game. I was getting Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. But I got this at the same time. It was actually pretty expensive because you couldn't find this in Australia. It's a little bit like a Dynasty Warriors game, but it's Fate Extelia, the Umbral Star. Haven't played it. You can see in here, how much did it cost me? Well, it's 228 ringgit I spent in total. How much was this? 169 ringgit. Expensive, expensive, especially when you haven't played the game. All right. Whoa, dear. Apologies for all this light coming in as well. We've got Farming Simulator 15. I'm probably the kind of sad person that would like Farming Simulator, but I haven't played it. I love Stardew Valley, though. This is kind of Stardew Valley, but realistic. All right, I'm going to do the next ones in a bit of a stack to try and save some time. This is the way they go. FIFA 14, awesome. FIFA 15, awesome. 16, awesome. But then it gets even better. And I'll tell you why. We've got 17, 18, and 19. Guess what? I didn't buy 20 because I loved The Journey. I'm an RPG fan. The Journey with Alex Hunter, and then and you had Gareth Walker, your friend, and then who's the big fella? Danny Williams, and then Kim Hunter. Boom, boom, boom. So much fun playing the Journey. When the Journey was over, I just felt too sad to keep playing FIFA. So I actually got PES online this year instead. Digitally, I didn't get any FIFA at all. All right, a game I love the Final Fantasy series. So 15 is incredible. I know people always go, oh, it's not as good as the old ones. I really enjoyed it. So, and once they fixed that weird, I think it was like chapter 13, which was like the boring hallway simulator bit. It made it a lot better after that. I have Type 0, which I haven't played, which is a port of a PSP game. It still looks pretty good though. Looks cool. Then we've got, I flipped the cover. I don't know why I did this, but I did. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've got the whole playthrough on my channel if you want to go back and watch that. That kind of blew up my channel in early April. And then I got a copyright strike from Square Enix because I was playing it before April 10 when it came out, but really awesome. I did play through the whole thing. The Zodiac Age, I played through this again on the PS4. I actually finally beat it on the PS4, which is great because I hadn't beaten it before. Amazing. Flockers was one of those early games that was pretty average. It's made by Team 17, the same group who does Worms. So it's like Worms, but not as good. So don't play it. Just go play Worms instead. I've really wanted to play this for a while. This has a Metacritic of about 86, I think, as well. Frostpunk Console Edition. I know it's really good on the PC. I saw this. I almost bought this on release day. And then I saw it like 6 months later for $15. So I thought, yep, I'm going to buy it and try and play it. But I haven't played it yet. But I really want to because I like City Skylines is one of my favorite games. I have that digitally because that was from PS Plus. It's kind of like that. I like city builder games. I'm going to put these next two together. This is a must own on the system. These kind of action adventure games are not really my favorite genre. But this game was so good, you should play it and buy it anyway. Haven't played 3 Remastered, but God of War, if you own a PS4, you just have to play that game as well, especially if you've got a Pro, like an OLED TV. It's just absolutely incredible. It's just so great. Let's scoop a few of these from the floor. Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, how can you not own this game? It is... Well, I'm just going to say nothing about it because, you know, if hopefully you're over 18, you've all played it, and then it's going to transition over to the PS5, so it's going to span 3 console generations. Gravity Rush Remastered. Apparently this is a little bit hard to come by. I played this on the Vita, but I haven't played this on the PS4. This was a cool Vita release with Kat, the protagonist there. I tried to get back into Guitar Hero on the PS4, but I just didn't really like the black and white buttons on the guitar. I preferred the old coloured buttons. So I think the ship had passed, but they were getting rid of these for like $20 worth of guitar. So I just thought, why not give it a go? Heavy Rain Collection. Heavy Rain I love. I've played through maybe 2 or 3 times. I tried Beyond Two Souls, but I didn't really like it. So it was still good to play Heavy Rain again. And, you know, we all remember Jason. But cool. Amazing, amazing, amazing game. Horizon Zero Dawn. I played this for a couple of hours. I tried so hard to get into it. I just couldn't get into it. Maybe I need to go back and play it again. That happened to me with The Last of Us 1. I played it for like an hour, gave up, played it like 3 or 4 years later. A game, hey, you know how much it costs? $15. Another game I almost bought on launch day, and I've been meaning to play it, but it's really long, is Indivisible. So it's kind of like a side-scrolling kind of action game as well, RPG and platforming and action, everything going off. I don't know who Hiroki Kikuta is, but they've done the music. So again, it's on the list, it's on the list. I have actually played these though, so I'm going to put these together in the proper order. Really awesome launch title, I believe, for the PS4. First Light, I played through in like a day. So it's really good fun. So if you can find these, I don't want to say cheap because, you know, they're great games, but if you can pick these up for a few dollars, definitely still play them because they're fantastic games, the infamous games. It's a shame we haven't had one since. This game is awesome. If you have a VR, find it and play it. It is so scary. Try and play it through in one big sitting. It goes for about 3 hours. I just stuck the headset on. It's set in like a mental asylum. It'll freak you out. It's from the same makers as Until Dawn. It is good though, so please play it if you have a VR. Got another VR game that I haven't played though, which is The Invisible Hours. I think this is like a murder mystery. Yeah, witness the interactions of 7 suspects to find the true murderer. So yeah, I haven't played it, but yeah, maybe I should. Oh, thanks. So just scooting some games closer to me. We're up to J. We're half an hour in, which is we're going well, but we may have to keep going. Journey, the Collector's Edition, which is actually Journey, Flow, and Flower. I love Flower. Please play Flower if you haven't. Please play Journey if you haven't. Flow, wasn't that fussed about. Oh no, I lost the game. It is Just Dance 2015. I don't know where I got this game. It must have been in a bundle, but I played it once or twice when no one was home, so no one could watch me. But they're fun games, you know, if you've got kids and stuff, they like the Just Dance games. Killzone Shadowfall. Again, launch title for the Vita, you know, good shooter. That's all I'm going to say about Killzone. Again, interesting they haven't come up with another one. All right. We've got some Kingdom Hearts action. Now, try as I might, I just cannot get into Kingdom Hearts, although I love Final Fantasy. I tried to play 1. I gave it a good go. I bought 3. I think it was, maybe it was $20. Not $79, because I think I remember at the counter, this person went, oh, that's come down a lot in price. I played it up to Toy World. I don't know, it just didn't grip me. It just didn't. So if you love Kingdom Hearts, fair enough, but it just didn't quite get me as much as I thought. We've got Knack as well, launch title, really underwhelmed. They tried Knack 2. I think less people played Knack 2 before Knack 1. There's actually a weird glitch when Knack 2 came out where it was available for free for everybody for like an hour. So I managed to sneak in and grab it for free and played it for half an hour and thought, yeah, this isn't great. Last Guardian. I don't know if you love it, this game. It's a bit like a Duke Nukem Forever. It took like 10 years to come out. I tried to play it. I didn't like it. I felt like I didn't know where to go all the time. I felt like it was one of those old PS2 style games. So it didn't, I don't want to say hold your hand enough, but you know, there's no way markers and it feels like they're padding out the game by not telling you essential things to do. You might have a different opinion to me. Anyway, moving on, we've got The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I've played The Last of Us Remastered. It is incredible. A game, like I spoke about before, I played it for an hour, gave up, played it years later, was really impressed. I only picked this up yesterday. Now, this does have 2 discs. So you have an installation disc and you have, you have like a data disc, and then you have the gameplay disc, which is in my PS4 right now, ready to begin. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 has that, and Final Fantasy Remake has that as well. They're the 3 I know of. Now we've got Trails, I always get that wrong. Trails of Cold Steel 3, and I love the series, and I always call it Trials instead of Trails. I've played the first one. I'm looking for the second one online for cheap because it's really hard to find the PS4 version, but I picked up 3 here when it was on special. It's called the Early Enrollment Edition. So I played 1, and you know, my adventures with Reem Schwarzer will continue on a little bit further. Lego Marvel Superheroes. I think I played this for, I don't know, not long, but you know, it's Lego. Not a huge fan of the Lego games. This series though, please, please, please find it, buy it, play it. Life is Strange 1 is always cheap. It's like $5 to play the whole series. You're playing as Max and looking for Rachel Amber is gone missing, and you need to try and find out what's happened. You're a photography student. Awesome. There's actually, I've got it at the end, Before the Storm as well, which is a follow-up after that. Then you got Life is Strange 2, which features 2 brothers. There's a tragic accident, and then you just deal with the fallout of that. Play Captain Spirit first. That's a little free game, and that links in the story really well later. It's really cool when you get to that moment, and you're like, oh yeah, that's from The Adventures of Captain Spirit. Little Big Planet. This series kind of faded away a little bit, but I think it's coming back to the PS5. Sackboy's Adventure, or whatever that game's called. For some reason, I have 2 of this game. I don't know why, because it's terrible. It was great on the DS. If you can find a DS copy, pick that one up. Apparently, this one isn't great, but I think it was cheap, and sometimes you can trade a couple of games in to get new releases cheaper. I think that's why I bought a second copy. Lords of the Fallen, this was an early game. I think it's like a European developer. I played this for about an hour. It was okay. It wasn't anything special. I think they're much better games to play than that. Lost Child, this was $10. RPG game that I want to play, but there are not enough hours in the world, time, etc. to play that. All right. Lost Sphere, again, another RPG on my list that I want to play. So it kind of goes back to the 16 kind of bit style of games. Looks a little bit like Octopath Traveler. If you've played that, I have. That is phenomenal. I don't think Lost Sphere is quite as good. There's a sequel. I'm trying to think of what it's called, but it'll come back to me later. No, I've forgotten. But it's there. All right, I'm going to chuck all these ones in together to save a little bit of time. Boom, Madden 25, which is the 2014 game. 15, 16, 18. These are all like, not this one, I've had this one for a while, but I think 15, 16, 18 were like $1 or $2 in the mid-season special. So, you know, if games are cheap, I will buy them. So you've got a couple there, 16, 18. I don't even know who this is. Is this Tom Brady? I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is, but he's got awesome hair, and I don't know who that is either. So, sorry if you're an NFL fan and you're like, oh, it's so obvious. Show me a cricketer, I'll tell you who it is. Mafia 3, haven't played it, but apparently good, kind of open world, a little bit like GTA. Mass Effect Andromeda, you know, got panned, absolutely panned critically, even though the other games are good, but it was $5, so I thought, gee, I could give it a go. But I didn't because I had too many other games to play. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes is kind of like the hour prequel to Metal Gear Solid. Came out really early in the PS4's life cycle. I have Metal Gear Solid 5, but only digitally because it was on PS Plus. Metro Redux, which has Metro 2033 and Last Light. So if you're into your shooters, pretty cool indeed. Shadows of Mordor. I love this game. I love the factions. You know, between the orcs and who was the leader, and you had to go kill them. You had your factions and things. I like the voice acting. It was really cool. It's a shame Shadows of War just went straight into microtransaction hell. It ruined the series for me. I didn't even want to buy. Shadows of War was like $5 on special, and I still refused to buy it. Kind of ironic, because there's a few games I did buy. Minecraft PlayStation 4 edition. I've never really played a lot of Minecraft. I played it on the Vita a little bit. But I know, world phenomenon, people love it. Still, now, all these years later, it's still going strong. But I think I need time to play the other games. This is Monster Energy Supercross 2. It's quite hard to say all those words at once. I played this a couple of weeks ago. It was good fun. It's kind of the same. It's made by an Italian developer. It's the same as the MXGP series. But it's obviously, this is through Supercross, and that's something else, which is, they're all pretty similar to me. The games are all pretty similar. I just like playing through a season mode, and it's good fun. So I played this, MXGP. I played Supercross 1, but I only have it digitally because it was quite cheap. And usually those games are quite expensive. Oh, Monster Hunter World, another game I really, really want to play. So if you can invent me a time machine, I can get around to playing all these. Amazingly, I found this for $2 in the mid-year sale, like $2, and I feel bad I haven't played it. Incredible game that I want to play, which I haven't got to. Gee, the stack is still massive. We're only up to M. Mother Gunship, cheap game, liked the cover. It was $5. I bought it. Mortal Kombat 10, we're all familiar with Mortal Kombat all the way back from the Genesis days when it was gory and, you know, not still gory now, but, you know, caused controversy in the US courts. Who's next? Along with Night Trap for some reason, which that game wasn't that bad at all. I played this a little bit. Yeah, fighters aren't really, you know, top of my list, but I'll play it for a little bit. I played it for a bit. I think, do I have more than one of these? Nope. MotoGP, I had this early on in the life cycle of the PS4. I was trying to say that. I had it, got it about 2015. I liked playing through the series. I think this might be the same Milestone. Is this the same as the MXGP people? Oh, it is. Look, Milestone create that. So they do the MotoGP, they do MXGP, and they do the Monster Energy Supercross games. So really they churn out 2 or 3 games a year. Really, it's the exact same thing. But I played this MXGP. This was really good fun. This is one of the early games. I actually have another MXGP here. So I think this was one from a couple of years ago, MXGP Pro. It's still sealed, but I'll probably give this a go. I like to play one of these about every 6 months. It's pretty good fun. Natural Doctrine. I haven't played this, but I think it's like a strategy RPG and is quite slow, I think, and a bit hard. So I never quite got around to it, but cool to have in the collection. All right, let's do all these together. NBA Live 14. NBA Live 15. NBA Live 15 again. Oh, okay, we're in a different series, but NBA 2K14. 2K17. Oh, no. That's it for basketball games. I think I have some more on the Xbox. The NBA Live series, these are horrible. Metacritics of about 50. I have 2 of these because they were like $1, and I think I bought them from different stores. I forgot I owned it, which is sometimes the peril of having a lot of games. NBA, I had this one earlier. I did play this a little bit. I haven't played this. It was like $2, but they were selling 2K20 for like $3 online, so I'm not sure why anyone, apart from me, is going to buy the old ones. Need for Speed Heat, really high hopes for this game. I played it to the end. Like, it's good, but it's not great. The graphics are phenomenal. I probably enjoy the Forza Horizon series a little bit more than this, but yeah, if it's down around the $20 mark, maybe that's good value. When it was full price, yeah, I got it for about 40, so yeah, it was okay. Got some more games down here. Need for Speed Payback. I haven't played this, but it was pretty cheap, so I picked it up. This is one of my first PS4 games. I bought this in like February 2014, Need for Speed Rivals. I paid like $90 for it because when games are really expensive. I loved it. I played it lots. You could play as the cops. You could just play as racers. Really good fun. Haven't played it in years though, but I did really enjoy it. Let's pick up some games from the floor. My back's hurting. NHL 2016. I think I've had this for a while. Yeah, I played this a little bit, and apparently this version's not as good as some of the other years. But I used to really like 2K3. I used to have that on the Xbox. Ni no Kuni, fantastic game. Absolutely loved it. Played the first one on the PS3. This is Revenant Kingdom. Had a great time playing this. Kind of refined a little bit, so you're not getting familiars anymore. You're more adventuring, and then you're building your own town. But really good fun. I played it and beat it. The Order 1886. I remember speaking about this before. If you can pick this up for under $10, it is a great game. It is 8 hours of rock solid action and adventure. I think people are disappointed because if you spend $60, $80, $100 on this game and it goes for 8 hours and there's no multiplayer, you're going to be disappointed. But playing it in 2020, you will enjoy it. So the graphics still look amazing. Buy it, play it. It's great. Comes Crabman recommended. All right, what are we into now? The Outer Worlds. Now, I'm going to say I love Fallout 3, 4, New Vegas. This is supposed to be, you know, Obsidian's kind of New Vegas. And I was just really disappointed, to be honest. I beat it in about 13 hours. I just didn't love it. It was okay. I found it really annoying. There were planets on the main menu that you couldn't go to. They were actually going to be later DLC, but you could see them in the main game. That really annoys me. Yeah, it was okay. So, I don't know, 6, 7 out of 10. I just didn't really enjoy it. This was a cheapie, past cure. I haven't played it. I don't really know much about it, but it says action versus stealth. So, yep, that's it there. A little bit like a GTA-ish type of game. Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. Bought this in a bundle. Haven't paid it, but it's a bit like the heists. Rob banks. Get paid. Alright, bear with me while I slide and try not to ruin the stack. There we go. Woof, thanks. 2 stacks to go. Okay, we're only up to P though, so that is a bit of a worry. Persona 5, Probably my favourite game on the PS4. I can't bring myself to buy Royal because I put 115 hours into just playing the main story on this game. I just don't know if I can go through that again because it was so great. I don't know if I've got 130 hours to play through Persona 5 Royal, but I love it. It's one of my favourite games. And I love the Steelbook edition because you can kind of put it in the light and it changes the characters as well. Probably should get it out of here, but it would yeah, it kind of changes. But I'm probably spending too long on one game. I am. VR! Ping pong. It is really weird. I could never get the physics right. Whoops. And I kept getting absolutely smashed by the computer. So, yeah, I got annoyed with it. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Yeah, I haven't played it, but I like the original Plants vs. Zombies on your phone. VR Worlds is great. I even made my mum play the one where you go down in the depths. Which one's that? Ocean Descent, which she loved, so it's cool. That's something you can play with the whole family. I've got games everywhere here. We've got Prey, Bethesda game that didn't do that well. I played this one for quite a while. I had this on early access on the PC, Prison Architect. I enjoyed it, and I was playing through the story mode, but I got stuck at a certain type of cell I was supposed to build, and I just got frustrated, and then just said that was the end of that game, but I had a good time playing it. Project Cars, it's a racing game. It's decent-ish. Hey, here's where I can get through a nice stack at once. Okay, so PES. I never really had any of the PESs for the PS4. I got this one because I was going to play PES through on my channel. I've got a lot of soccer games. I've got a lot of PES on my channel up to the end of the PS3 era, so you can check that out if you want. But I got 25, 6, 7, 8, and 8 again. For some reason, I forgot and bought it accidentally twice in that mid-year sale. You had to get in quick because there were a lot of games going very cheaply, and there were a lot of people trying to catch them. So I might put these PESs up a bit later, but I do have International Superstar Soccer onwards, England versus Germany, so you can check that out. Radial G Racing Revolved, so this was kind of the cool ship VR game until they did Wipeout in VR, and then this is really a bit redundant, so everyone doesn't know that game. Raid World War II, it's a cheapie, it's a bit like Payday 2, the heist, but in the war. Is it in the war? Yeah, in the war. Rayman Legends, I had this early on, first year of the PS4. Really, really good fun. Great platformer. If you can actually like join in on your Vita as well. Back when they, remembered the Vita existed. You can play it. Well, so I was going to say, play it. It's good. Find it cheap. Play it. Amazing. I think this is the highest Metacritic rated game on the system, Red Dead Redemption 2. The main story does take you about 70 or 80 hours to get through though, but it is fantastic playing as Arthur Morgan, and you get to see John Marston as well. He's in your gang, the Dutch Van der Linde gang. I probably said that wrong, but this has the 2 discs as well. Look, here we go, 1, 2 to install, and it is a big, how many gigs? 105 gigabyte minimum, so it is massive. Next game on the system, Resident Evil, Biohazard. So, yeah, great. I want to play this in VR, but I'm way, way, way too scared. So, yeah, I might do, but I feel scared. We've got Ride. Yep, it's a game. You ride bikes. I think pretty average review scores. It's by Milestone again, so the same people as that do all the MXGP games. A VR game I want to play. I haven't yet. Robinson the Journey. Meant to be pretty cool, bit of a unique game, not easy to find a copy now. We've got Rugby 15, horrible, Metacritic about 30, but sometimes I like having these ridiculously bad games because they don't sell a lot and they become like weird niche collector's items. Runbow Deluxe Edition, I picked this up fairly recently. I was going to get this on the Switch, but I got it on the PS4. I don't really know what it's about, so I'm not even going to pretend. Saints Row, Get Out of Hell. Now, this one I'm a bit confused. It says, include Saints Row 4 with every DLC and Get Out of Hell standalone expansion. So I think it's Saints Row 4 and the Get Out of Hell, but it's a little bit confusing exactly what it is. Plus, it's an English copy, so hopefully I can download whatever I need to play it. Next ones that I've got, though. Shenmue 1, 2, and 3. I played Shenmue 1 last year. It was okay. It was kind of honestly, it felt a bit dated because it's from 20 years ago. They finally released Shenmue 3. Less than 6 months later, I picked this up for $10. So it didn't sell well. I don't think it reviewed amazingly well. Will I play it? I don't know. But I have it, so it's in the collection. Shovel Knight, I played this for a little bit. It's kind of like a old 8-16-bit side-scrolling game. Pretty good fun. Use your shovel to do heaps of things, obviously. That's the name of the game. Shovel Knight. Now I got, I think this is pronounced Cine Mora EX. I believe I had this on PS Plus, so that's why I just didn't open it. I remember playing it and having no idea what was going on, so I'll just leave that with you there. I've got Skylanders Swap Force, where you get all the little toys and add them on. I think I just bought this because it was cheap and it just came with a couple of toys, but I never really liked buying many of the other accessories, but it was there. Here's one of my favorite games on the system. I actually played this on the PS3 and then I bought it again on the PS4 because it was just so awesome. And you get all the DLC as well. So you can play all the extra bits. I'm trying to remember what the extra bits are now, but I can't remember. You got 24 DLC add-ons and there's a few extra hours of content that you can play through. Really great fun. What I like about this is that when you want to turn, the indicator goes on in your car, which is great. Plus, because it's Hong Kong, they drive on the left like Australia. So it's nice to actually play a game where they drive on the same side as you do. Okay, Song of the Deep, underrated gem. Find this online, find this in the store somewhere. You can play it. It's just a really calm, nice game, you know, that you can play. You just search and adventure, and it's really cool. It's a bit like an underwater platformer. South Park, The Fractured Butthole, and I'm so dense. It took me months to realize, you know, the fractured butthole, not as in two separate words. So dense, but really great. It kind of changed from the grid-based combat of Stick of Truth, just a more action-based combat, but it was still pretty good. Plus, you get the Stick of Truth in here as well. So if you can find a new copy, you actually get 2 games. Plus, this is always really cheap as well. A game I got recently, Space Junkies. I want to play this on the VR. I'm always wanting to play more of my VR games, but it looks really awesome. I'm trying to collect as many VR games as I can. Sparklight, we know how much that was, $5. Looks a little bit like, it's not farming like Stardew Valley, but it kind of looks in the same style, like the 8-16-bit graphics. You can adventure around, battle using all kind of things, an action-adventure game. So that looks pretty good. Gee, we've got a lot of games to go. Star Wars Battlefront. I bought this for the VR mission, which is incredible. So really, it's weird to buy a game just for a 20-minute VR mission, but I did, and it is amazing. Yeah, I was talking about microtransactions and not buying those games, and I still bought this. But I bought it because it was $5, so still some good fun to be had there. Here's one of my favorite games. Love, 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 hearts and loves going out to Stardew Valley. When this game came out, you couldn't even get it in Australia, so this was an import from the UK. I actually played this on my Switch more than the PS4, but I played a good bit on the PS4, probably 20 hours, and then I put like 70 plus hours into the Switch version. So plus you get like a map, and you get a CD as well, so that looks absolutely glorious, and one of my favorite games on the system. Stick It to the Man, an early game. I played this for about 20 minutes. It was a bit boring, and never really put it back in after that. I got this in the big box, the Starlink box. Again, I thought this was doomed to fail with all the little ships and accessories you had to buy for it, but you know, there we go. I bought it for like $8 in a big pack with like a ship and some characters and this huge cool box. So yeah, it's cool to have as well, but I haven't played it yet. What are we up to next? Sub-Level 0 Redux. I thought this box looks cool. It was $5. It's like a little shooter. Looks pretty simple. Picked it up. Just like this one as well. Super Monkey Ball. I believe Super Monkey Ball was originally on the Wii. If it was out before that, please let me know, because I can't remember. Banana Blitz HD. So I used to play with a Wiimote, and you know, do your Super Monkey Balling around, which Super Mario Galaxy copied that for a little couple of levels as well. Alright, let's pick up this next stack. Sometimes it's easier than just reaching down the whole time. They've gone far away. Super Stardust Ultra VR. It was okay, but there's so many better VR games out there. You can skip that one if you wish. One of my favourite series of all is the Tales of series. Just the 2 games on the PS4 though. Zestiria is very average. Berseria is very good. Grace's F is immense, and that is my favourite. Along with Xillia and Xillia 2 as well. I absolutely love those games. Plus I got Tales of Hearts on the Vita, and I have Tales of the Abyss on the 3DS. Talos Principle, rated highly. Haven't played it. I like the cat on the cover. I think it's a kind of like puzzle quest. Oh yeah, puzzle adventure game. So that's pretty awesome as well. Tearaway Unfolded, absolutely classic on the Vita. Managed to bring it to the PS4 as well. I played the Vita version a lot. We got Teslagrad. This was a PS Plus game, so I'm not really sure why I bought it as well. But a bit of an adventure game. And side-scrolling, 2D side-scrolling as well. I played a little bit. I actually really like this game. It's such an underrated game. This is The Police. And it can be a little bit slow, but you got your police officers and you accidentally get involved with the mob, and the mob are trying to get you to do things. And I just thought, yeah, I can ignore the mob, and then things go very bad if you ignore what the mob says. So you have to be a little bit corrupt, but I do like it. There's actually a sequel I've seen, but I haven't played it. I love this next game. One of my favorite games on the system. It is Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. I had to trek halfway across Kuala Lumpur in an Uber to find a game store to get this game, because this was not released. This doesn't have a physical release in Australia, and actually wasn't on the store for about a year after it came out. So yeah, I'm really happy I did that. It was still pretty expensive, but I didn't care. I loved it. And it's very similar to Persona 5 as well. It's kind of has Persona 5's story, but it came out a year earlier. So it's almost like Persona 5 copied them. Trials Fusions I had on very early on in the system. It's really cool. You just ride your bike and play little challenges. So that's a fun game. I'm sure you played it, heard of it. The Town of Light I've been meaning to play for a while. Only goes for about 3 or 4 hours. You kind of are figuring out an adventure. A little bit like kind of your Edith Finch's, your Gone Home type of games. You know, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. What's the other one? It'll come back to me. It's set in the English kind of countryside. I've forgotten. It'll come back to me. Thief, I got this early on as well. Didn't really play it, but a stealth game. Oh, I love this game. Love, 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 love. You may think, hey, it's just Tetris and it's on the VR. Yeah, what's so special about it? It's great. It's so relaxing. This is probably one of the VR games I have played the absolute most, because it is incredible. It's so relaxing. Stick the headset on. I always zoom in though. I always zoom into the level. I watch other people play it and they don't zoom in. I was like, you've got to zoom in so you can see it properly. I'm just going to leave it there for a second while I scoot the last stack over, and I managed to do that without tipping it over and dropping that all over the floor. Hopefully the recording, I tried to get under an hour, didn't quite work. We got Tropico 5. I've played this. This is really cool. I kind of like these building games, you know, a bit like your City Skylines, Sim City type of things. We've got UFC 1 and 2. Not huge into UFC, even though I like a lot of wrestling, but you got Ronda Rousey here. So you got a couple, and Conor McGregor, at least I know who he is. I don't know who this is over here. Is this Conor McGregor without a tattoo or not? I don't know. No, I got no idea. But a couple of games. This game is at the op shop for $5, which is weird. Don't generally see those games at the op shop. All right, I'm spreading these ones out. It's the Uncharted series. I never got into these until the PS4. I had Uncharted 1 on the PS3, and my disc froze right near the end, so that put me off the series. But a few years ago, I just played these through all in a row. I went 1, 2, 3, then I played 4, then I played The Lost Legacy. Really great. Recommended if you haven't played them. Even if like action-adventure games aren't really your thing, they're great, especially 4. 4 is phenomenal. They're all great, but gee, I'm stammering because they're so good. All right, games that are going to roughly go together. Until Dawn is an absolute sleeper hit. You must play. No one really gave it any notice when it came out for the first couple of years, and now it's kind of gaining a cult classic. Again, go in blind, don't read what you have to do, just play it, and get whatever option you get. Don't look up a single thing, otherwise it will spoil the game for you. Don't read a single thing about it, just play it. That's all you need to do. Rush of Blood, an on-rails shooter for the VR, incredible. The one with the big heart and the crows is a bit hard, but just look up online how to beat that, otherwise you get stuck for ages. So ride if you dare. Next, wondering if the camera's going to run out at the hour mark, we've got Valkyria Chronicles. Nope, we're ticking over. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. So it comes with all the DLC. I played this a little bit. Really cool cartoony art style. Victor Vran I haven't played, but it's kind of a Diablo-esque game. It's still sealed, but it's awesome. This game is terrible, but I love getting weird, terrible games sometimes. It is VR carts for the PlayStation VR. I've never seen this game around very much. It's just a really, really boring kart game. So, yeah, you can play it in VR, but woo, there's better things you can do with your time. The Walking... Oh, my goodness me. What a series. I love, love, love The Walking Dead. I'm a bit annoyed I can't find a cheap version of The New Frontier, but when I bought the final season online, you got the 1, 2, and A New Frontier and the Michonne games, all for free in a big package. So you got the whole Walking Dead collection. So I didn't really need to go buy them, but plus I had them all apart from Michonne anyway. But incredible. If you have not played the Walking Dead games, just pause this video now and just go and play them because they're so, so good. We got Walking Dead, 400 Days. You've got 2, Clementine and Lee. Oh, just incredible. No, I dropped the stack down by my feet. Warhammer, The End Times, Zermintide. I'm going to say I haven't played it and I don't really know what it's about that much. All right. Watch Dogs. I really liked Watch Dogs because I didn't go into it with any expectations. So again, I think people's expectations were sky high, a bit like The Order 1886. I played it a couple of years later, or maybe a year later, and yeah, it was good. So I think I gave it like 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed Watch Dogs 2. So if you haven't played Watch Dogs 2, find a copy and play it. I think they improved the hacking a lot, and I had a really good time with it. So yeah, there's two games for you to play, recommended for me. I played this a little bit, Wipeout Omega Collection. They added the VR later, so it doesn't say it on the cover, a bit like No Man's Sky, which I actually don't have. But it's Wipeout, and Wipeout's awesome, and it's in VR, and it only makes you feel a little bit sick. An amazing game here. Gee, this is heavy. You've got all these things in here, booklets, CDs, etc. The Wild Hunt. I played this last year after having it for a few years. It's an amazing game. If you like RPGs and open world games, it is the game for you. It's the game for most people. Here's another Telltale game I haven't mentioned, The Wolf Among Us. Play this, episodic, amazing. I have Tales from the Borderlands digitally, so I thought I had a copy of it. I don't. So play this, play Tales from the Borderlands, play The Walking Dead, play all the episodic games, play Life is Strange. They're just so, so good. Got Wolfenstein and the Old Blood. I actually haven't played the New Order, but I have played the Old Blood. So I know there's Wolfenstein 2 has come out as well. A game I have played is, out of my 243 games, I've played one of them, World of Final Fantasy. I did enjoy this. It wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be though, but it was still pretty good. I did enjoy it, and it was cool seeing all the little chibi versions of everybody and seeing all your classic people. The next one I'm doing a big stack now. I'm a huge, huge, huge wrestling fan. Huge. So I've played through WWE SmackDown, Just Bring It story mode with all characters. I'm playing Here Comes the Pain. So that's all being uploaded now. So I have all the games. So 15, 16, I actually have 2 copies of for some reason. I think because this copy wasn't working very well. 17, I've got Royal Rumbles of all these games on my channel, so search up for them. 17, 19, and then, oh no, it makes me feel sick. 20, hide 20. 20 is just bad. 20 is so bad. And then, bad again, Battlegrounds. I bought this, $59, waste of money. I wish I would have taken it back to the shop. But I do have a Royal Rumble on here if you want to check it out, and an electrified steel cage match with Roman Reigns and Steve Austin. but yeah, just so average. So I'll show you the covers really quick. So 15 was pretty good. That had the Cena CM Punk storyline in, which was awesome. Obviously 2K16, I don't know why I'm showing you the back of a steelbook. Features, that kind of looks exactly the same, look at that. Austin's stint in the WWE, FE. You got Brock here, 18. Then you got 19, which is incredible, which people still play 19 now. You got 2K20, which is just horrible, glitch galore, and Battleground. Sorry, nudge the camera again, which just sucks as well. So I don't know, I think I'm going to be playing 2K19 for another year at least. XCOM 2 was cheap. It's really good. It's an RPG. I want to play it. I think it's a strategy RPG. All right, we're down to the last stack. Thanks for bearing with me. Make sure if you haven't liked the video, if you haven't commented, if you haven't subscribed, please do now. It would be amazing. Yakuza 0. This is the only PlayStation Hits game I have because I generally don't like getting them. But Yakuza 0 is great. I haven't played it. Metacritic's about 86 and it was only $10. So I had to buy it. And again, keep working on that time machine for me because I really want to play it. Zombie. I think this was originally Zombie U on the Wii U and then they ported it over, but I haven't played it, so I can't really tell you about that. I did try and play this. This is from the Sniper Elite series, the Zombie Army Trilogy. I don't really know why I call it Trilogy. It's like 3 of the exact same game, but I'm just counting it as one game. Otherwise, it'd be 245 games. It comes on one disc. It is one game to me. Now I've got my final 4, which are the bigger box. I didn't really want to squeeze these into the find their actual alphabetical spot because it was too hard. We've got Grand Kingdom. I hate this game, and I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, I wanted to buy Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness. The day it came out, I saw the reviews were 49 on Metacritic, so I didn't buy it. I'm like, I really want to buy a game today. I've got like 2 weeks off work. So I found this Grand Kingdom, a niche turn-based like strategy RPG. And I bought it, and I didn't have internet at the time, and you needed the internet to do all these wars and raids and things, and it cost me $90, and I just hated it, and I gave up, and I still resent that game. I still resent it to this day, and I actually thought, because it was such a weird game, oh, it's okay, it'll have a really small print run, and it'll be valuable. No, I still see it everywhere for like $20. Life is Strange, I was talking about before. You get Before the Storm, which, do you know what? I actually forget what you get in here. So let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. Let's get it all out. Oh, you get a little art book. So, yeah, you get a little art of Before the Storm. So you see all the characters and how they created everything, which is pretty awesome. This is a pretty cool art book. Looks like it was really hard to fit in there too. And then you've got my receipt. Hey. And the game, which is cool, and I played it. And then you get a little CD. That's pretty cool, you know. Not that anyone has a CD player anymore. Oh, cool. I want to find some of these songs on here. There's a couple I wanted to listen to. So there we go. My second last one. Now, this is my most expensive PlayStation 4 game. This actually came in at a eye-wateringly expensive $169. And it is the Endless Night Collection. The VR you don't need. The VR is just to see characters in VR, but you get this amazing colored case. Yeah, and this is the only way to get Persona 4 Dancing All Night as well. It tells you here. So you get 3 games in one. Yeah, it was still absolutely blisteringly expensive. I'm just trying not to find my receipt in there, which is there. You get 2 discs. Yeah, that's really it. You just get the discs. You don't even get like a little art book or anything, but you get a cool thing. And I really love Persona and the Persona dancing games. So, you know, I'm just going to move that out of the way. I'll fix that up in a minute. And now on to the final game. It's been 70 minutes of greatness. This is the Witcher 3 Wild Heart, the Hearts of Stone expansion pack. So you actually just get a code for the game, but you get a Gwent starter pack. And I know this is becoming a really big thing around the world, Gwent, so I'll just make sure I don't flash the code up. Alright, let's go here. Oh, there we go. So you get, there's your code on the back there. And then you get, just to finish off, a couple of packs here of Gwent and little starter thing here as well. So that is the end of the video. It is a whopping 70 minutes long. So if you haven't, could you please flick a thumbs up on this video, comment, I'll comment back. If you subscribe, we'll be very grateful, trying to get to the big 1,000. Check out some of my other videos on my channel, over 300 videos. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a wonderful